بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ومن تمسك بسنته إلى يوم الدين ثم أما بعد inshallah ta'ala I just want to send us off with a reminder inshallah, especially because alhamdulillah this was a very successful retreat that we have for the men, for the Salafy men. So inshallah ta'ala this kalima I want to address the men inshallah ta'ala. And I want to use some benefits that Shaykh Uthaymeen, the Imam rahimahullah ta'ala, he mentions inside of the explanation of Allah Ta'ala's statement, Waylun lil musallin, and woe to those who pray. Woe to those who pray. The Shaykh Uthaymeen, as he explains, inshallah ta'ala, I'm just going to give an abridgment because I know we are itching to get on the road and that. But the Shaykh, he explains that this wayl is a word by way of which Allah Ta'ala, he sends a severe threat of punishment. A severe threat of punishment. Na'am. And in this ayah, he's saying that wayl, or this severe threat of punishment, is for those who pray. For those who pray. Alhamdulillah, we have just finished praying. So one now, his attention should come to the forefront. Now, what does this mean? Na'am. And Allah Ta'ala, he goes on and he explains to whom? Well, Allah Ta'ala, he says, الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ, those who are neglectful with regards to their prayers. Those who are neglectful with regards to their prayers. And Shaykh Uthaymeen, rahimahullah ta'ala, he explains that there is a difference between being neglectful on your prayers, or with regards to your prayers, and being neglectful in your prayers. With regards to being neglectful in your prayer, this means that, for example, you forgot the number of raka'ats. Or, for example, you forgot to make one of the adhkar or something like this. Then this is being neglectful inside of the prayer. And this is not something that is, this is not something that will earn you the like of this. In other words, this is not something that is madmoom. This is not something that is hated or something that you'll be held accountable for. And this is why we have the sujood sahu. We have the sujood. We make the prostrations for what? For forgetfulness. Because we are human beings and perhaps we will forget. So this is not what is intended here. But rather what is intended here are those individuals who are neglectful with regards to their prayer. Meaning that, and the Shaykh he explains, because one may think that being neglectful in the prayer is just the ones who do not perform the prayer in their times. As we know, this is the well-known tafsir, and this is true, that those who delay the prayer outside of its times, then these are those who are neglectful with regard to their prayer. But there are also those who pray their prayers within their times, and they are still neglectful with regards to their prayer. And the Shaykh he explains, he says, meaning that their minds are not attentive, they are not attentive inside of their prayers. Meaning that they do not establish their prayers correctly. They do not establish their prayers correctly. They do not pray their prayers inside of their prescribed times. They do not establish the proper ruku'. They do not make the bowing properly inside of the ruku'. Nor do they make sujood properly. So if a person doesn't make his bowing, his ruku' proper, then he's a person who is what? He's neglectful with regards to his prayer. If he does not make the prostration properly, is a person who's neglectful with regards to his prayer. The Shaykh he says, nor do they establish the standing position properly, nor the sitting position properly, nor do they read that which is incumbent upon them to read from the verses of the Qur'an, nor do they read what is required for them to read, meaning from the adhkar inside of the different positions. And so on and so forth. All of this enters into an individual being neglectful with regards to his prayer. And likewise, what enters into an individual being neglectful with regards to his prayer is not praying the salah. We're talking about men. Not praying the salah in jama'ah. Is not praying the salah in jama'ah. So not praying the salah in jama'ah, then this enters into an individual being neglectful with regards to his prayer. And Allah Ta'ala has threatened these individuals with a severe punishment. Those who are neglectful with regards to their prayer. So this shows you, ya ibad, the importance of establishing our prayers correctly, the importance of establishing our prayers inside of the jama'ah. And of course, we know that to establish our prayer inside of the Jama'ah, then we need what? We need masajid. We need masajid. Naam. And it is very important, and we don't have time to go into it, but there's so many ahadith that come, there's so many narrations that come, and they encourage us what's called istighna' anin nas. They encourage us to be financially independent. Naam. They encourage the Muslims to be financially independent as individuals and as communities, to be financially independent. And as we know that there is, it is not praiseworthy. It is not praiseworthy to be of individuals who are constantly asking, to be of individuals who are constantly begging. Our Sheikh Muqbil rahimahullah ta'ala has written a whole book on this, on the dispraise of constantly begging and constantly asking. Naam. So inshallah ta'ala, as men, we should not put our masajid in the position where they are forced to constantly ask and to constantly beg. How many people do you have and they complain about this? SubhanAllah, we can't go to the masjid, we can't go to Juyaanee except someone is in our face saying, give. Do you know why that is, ya ibad? Because we as men are not fulfilling our responsibilities. We as men are not fulfilling our responsibilities. We are all men, wa lillahi alhamd. We all have families, wa lillahi alhamd. We all know what it takes to sustain a household. We all know what it takes, right? You have bills, correct? You have overhead. You have to pay your water bill, your light bill, electricity, your utilities in general. You have to pay your rent. You have to buy food, so on and so forth. We all realize what kind of effort this requires. And of course, all of this is after the tawfiq from Allah Ta'ala. So why is it now when it comes to the masajid, we all take the my brother got it complex mentality? Naam. When it comes to you come inside the masjid and you see that we have lights, naam. That light requires electricity, which is linked to a bill that has to be paid. We don't think about this. We come and utilize it and we leave. When we make wudu, that water, we have to pay for that water. There's a bill that's attached to that. Most people don't reflect upon that. Most people will come and say, Akhi, you got no more toilet paper. Put some more toilet paper. Not realizing that toilet paper costs a few cents down at the local store. The point is, ya ibad, is that we all have a vested interest inside of the masajid of Allah. We have a vested interest because this is a place wherein we can fulfill our duties to Allah Ta'ala. This is a place wherein we can establish our prayer as they should be established, inshallah Ta'ala. This is a place that, inshallah Ta'ala, by establishing our salah in jama'ah and fulfilling the conditions of our salah and establishing correctly, then we can escape from the threat of this punishment. So we all have a vested interest. We all benefit from it. This is our masajid. So if you come into the masjid as a man and you see the light bulb is out, then replace it. If you come into the masjid and you see the toilet paper is depleted, then replace it. Or keep it in your mind. When I go shopping, I'm going to get some rolls of toilet paper for the masjid. When I go shopping, I'm going to get some light bulbs for the masjid so they can put in the storage so when they need, they have. And so on and so forth. So the point is that everyone has the ability to help. Everyone has the ability to help to some extent. It doesn't mean that each and every one of us not necessarily has the ability to pay the rent, but everybody can buy a roll of toilet paper, everybody can buy light bulbs, and so on and so forth. So everyone can contribute and everyone can help. And everyone should contribute and should help according to their ability. Now for those individuals who Allah Ta'ala has blessed them with more, then they should help with more. Meaning that if you have a community of men, then each man should take a vested interest and ask the administration, what does it take to run this masjid? How much does it take to run this masjid? And the administrations, they should be available and they should give to the people the list. Well, the rent is this, the electricity on average is this, and so on and so forth. Now, so that the men know, they have an idea in their minds of what it takes to keep the masjid open and running. And then let the men, inshallah ta'ala, put forth their monies and put forth their pledges on a monthly basis on what they're going to give to the masjid. And if this is done, then it will be no need for the masjid to constantly have to beg the people doing it like this. To constantly have to come and say, oh, we need. To constantly have to have PayPal buttons every page of every single site because they need money. To constantly have to give conferences and then charge you because this is how they gotta, make up and things like this. This is not good, ya ibad. This is not good. But we as men can stop this if we do what? If we know the masjid, the rent is X amount, then we say, okay, I can't pay it all, but you have $100 a month towards that. If you get enough people with $100 a month, you get 10, that's 1,000. You get 20, that's 2,000. Most rents are not that much. Now, and then you have what you need. You don't have to ask the people. This way, when the people give, they give. Yani inshallah ta'ala, giving their sadaqah and the zakatul mal, so we can give it to the poor people and those who are in need, and so on and so forth. But you don't have to come and constantly beg. This way you can have functions that things are free, and so on and so forth. You can have functions for the children where things are free, and so on and so forth. Maybe you can offer up scholarships for children to go to study, or for the youth to go to study, or you can offer up scholarships for people to go on Umrah trips, or you can offer up, so on and so forth. These things require money. But if we as men take on the responsibility, inshallah ta'ala, then this is very accomplishable. If we take our pennies and we put them together, inshallah, we will have dollars. Naam. If we take our pennies and we collect them, we will have dollars, inshallah ta'ala. And this will free the masajid from having to do things and always charge the people, and so on and so forth, or constantly ask, and all these things in which we complain about, and all these complaints that we hear, and so on and so forth. Now, so we as men, and this is my encouragement, inshallah, as each brother here, to take a vested interest in his community and to ask, how can I contribute, how can I help? Or to just say, I know you need help in general, and I don't, because some people are not really concerned with the details. Some people don't want to see the books, and that's fine. Just say, look, I understand, I know it costs money to keep the operation going, so every month you have $50. No problem. Every month you have $50 towards what you need to keep the masjid going, inshallah ta'ala. And with this, we'll be able to accomplish a lot, and we can maintain the masajid, inshallah ta'ala, and we can fulfill our responsibilities, and we can free ourselves from the likes of this severe threat in which Allah ta'ala issues for those who do not establish their prayers correctly. Ektafi, inshallah ta'ala, and I think is understood the intention, inshallah. May Allah ta'ala increase us, and may Allah ta'ala make us of those who establish everything that He loves and stay far away from those things in which Allah ta'ala hates. And may Allah ta'ala increase us all and enter us into Jannatul Firdaus. Wa naktafi bihadha al-qadr wa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in.